Hey everyone, how's it all going? Hope your quarantine's going well and you're all being good little boys and girls and staying inside. I have had a lot of messages actually since I've been off. It's not been a full week yet, but since I've been off, with people asking how they do their own beards and how they do their own tashes. And a few guys have been in touch saying that they've ruined them, and also their own hair. Now, I might not go near hair just yet. We'll see how desperate we get in a few months' time. But I thought I'd give everybody a little rundown on how I just tidy the beards a bit. As you can see, mine's grown out a little bit now, and I'll probably keep it going. But it has got to that stage where it's really itchy underneath there. I've been doing a lot of building work. This is my bathroom. I'll show you my bathroom at the minute. So quarantine's going great because that's my shower. Well, luckily I do have a bath. Otherwise I'd have a family of 5 very smelly people in one roof. So, the beard. All I'm really simply going to do, if you've got a decent pair of clippers, then great. If you don't, you just got to figure it out, get yourself on Amazon, get some. Desperate times and all that. You can always use them to have a go on kids' hair, give yourself something to do. I've got a pair of the Andis Masters cordless, great clipper. Obviously, you probably don't have a pair of those lying around, but anything similar, wall super tapers, and even the basic ones, they'll do the trick. I'm going to try and keep a lot of this. I just want to keep it growing. I'm just going to fade it down here, line it out of it, sort my tash out, fade it down here. And that's all you really need to do to just keep it growing. I know a lot of guys are doing the whole grow your beard thing whilst you're in quarantine. So I've got a number 2 on. Going to take a bit of length off the sides. I also don't have a mirror, which is why I'm having to do it in the camera, so see how this goes. So just take off some of the bulk on the sides. I still want this profile here and a little longer at the front. You know, if you want it a bit tidier and you want to keep the length you've got and you're just trimming it, then by all means go over the chin, just to get rid of scraggly bits, but that they don't fuss me. So same under the chin. Now, barbers will know this, but if you don't, you won't. It's all about the flick. It's all about the, flicking it out. So as I go under, just flick it around. Just graduate it out. A little bit of fading in there without actually having to change the guards necessarily as much. Now my hair grows different directions, so I also go against the grain. You can hear it's not really taking mountains off. Okay, I'm now going to push this up to a 2.5. These Andis Masters actually have a whole 1. So without the guard on it, that is a full grade 1. That is a 0. So really good actually. Helpful when you're in the shop, but obviously normal people won't be in the shop. So I'm just going to knock that up to 2.5, 0.5, just to fade that in a little bit more down, flick it out. Again, my hair's going this way, so I'm going against that. Some people say go with it, you can do, but it's a safer way to do it, to be fair, if you're not sure what you're doing. Okay. Next thing that I'm going to do a quick little line. I've got the wall cordless detailers, nice little clipper. Again, these have got a rocker on, so they go from really tight to not quite as really tight. I'm not sure what the number is there, but short. So what I'm going to do is, some people like a heavy line, which is fine. I prefer mine faded in. Okay, if you're going to do it and you've got all this time at them, you might as well try something different. Try fading it. Okay, heavy line's great, but it can look a bit too chinny, you know. So create your line, try and go as though you are looking straight forward like that. So you want all this crap here off. Line goes a bit further down. By the end of summer's quarantine, I think some of you ladies might be trying this. Alright, once we're going to line the rest, you get my cheeks sorted. I'm not going low. You go too low, look a bit Uncle Phil, you know, from Fresh Prince. We don't want that. So we're going to go, unless you like to look like Uncle Phil, then you do, but I don't. And then upside down. Some people like a big, heavy, thick tash. I have quite a strong tash, strong here as well. So I'm just going to nick it down a little bit thinner, okay? Just get this little bit up here, otherwise it ends up looking like it comes right up into a point and grows into your nose. That'll do. Now I'm just going to line the top lip. Be careful not to take it back too far. And sometimes it's nice to just take this corner bit out here. All mine there are pretty fair, but they get annoying as they go in my mouth. Yeah, that'll do for now there. Oops. I'm getting a fancy neck brush at home, do I? Right. Now, because I've got these particular clippers, and like I say, it rocks to a 1. I'm also going to, I can put a 1 on the 1, and obviously it makes 2. That's right, boys and girls. But it is still slightly smaller than just the 2 grade. Okay, shouldn't be, but it is. So I'm just going to put that on. You don't have to do that with your normal clippers. These are big boy clippers. Right, so I'm going to knock this down to 1. Okay, just a normal 1. You'll have a 1 guard in your little clipper box that you've got there, or your clippers rock up to 1. I've got that. So start knocking out that line. Be careful not to go too high. If you go too high, you're going to end up looking like you've got a dark chin strap, and you'll end up with like a fade line. Probably doing myself out some work here. All them babe trims on either end, you'll all come in looking like Picasso. Ah, one of Picasso's paintings not actually looking like Picasso. Right, number 1. Again, this is the same as the number 1 with the guard on that I've done. So because my clippers have that 1, I can rock it up to a 1. That means it's a minuscule smaller, but every little helps when you're fading, especially on your neck. Knock it down to a 1/2. You see where we're going with all this, don't you? Just step by step, slowly. See. You can see now it's starting to fade in there. So 0.5, I'm going to rock that down to, well, 0 really, because I've done it with the minis down here. These little mini clippers that I use, so they're a lot shorter. So 0 will just help fade that in a little bit. Alright, and then just have a play if you think it's looking a bit darker. Obviously where it's darker means it's generally a little bit longer, unless you've got grey patches and it's a little harder to tell, but I'm not too grey yet. Although we'll see by the end of this, wife and kids will have made me go Schofield. Only in the hair though. Only in the hair. So, dark patches means it's a little longer, so it's not too bad. So if you see there's a little bit darker, just rock it up a little longer and start smashing it out. Okay? And there's no rush. You've all got plenty of time, people. Loads of weeks ahead of us, so there's no need to rush these things. Stick your guard on, rock it to a 1 if you need to again, and just tweak it. One and a half. Nothing wrong with going over it again. It's what we do in the shop. So there's nothing wrong with you doing that at home. It's like everything, things change as you do it. As you go put a different grade on, you move the lines around, and as you move the lines around, you need to compensate for that. So you just... Alright, so you get the idea there. All them fuzzy PV bits are off. Nice and straight. Okay. Similar idea just on the sides here. We did a 2 up here. So now I'm going to just... one with the rocker up. Again, that's another 2. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to fade this in and out a little bit. You can do this all the way down to 0 and out. Okay, if you've got like a tight skin fade, let's be fair. If you've not had your hair cut in about a week, if they've been good boys and girls and they've been closed, then you haven't got a ball fade anymore. But you can still go with the minis down and then gradually, like I've done there, 0 into a 2. It would be 0 onto a 2, 0 up into a whatever, 2, 8, whatever. I'm going to go with the 1 now. Take off some of these darker sided build bits. You don't have to, but it's useful to have a little comb. Not loads of barbers use these, they're a bit hairdressery, but I'm proud to say I was a hairdresser for a good 14 years doing ladies before I specialised in just doing men, so jack of all trades, I guess. Especially by the time I finished building this bloody bathroom. Okay, rock that to 1.5, so there'll be a slight fade difference there. Rock that into the 2. And then don't just do that, rock it at that angle as well, so it's also coming down. So remember we did 2 back here, so I'm just going to fade that down. And again, my hair goes down here but that way, so I have to now go against that and flick that out like so. Alright, happy with that. Again, these particular clippers, the guards all the way back, so that's 1 long. So this is one again, but I'm just making sure it's just nice and tidy. And I'm going to rock that down to a 0.5. I'm not going to go any shorter than a 0.5 or 0.5 just because my hair's going to be growing out. I don't want it to be big up here and then a short tight wedge here. Going to look like a bit of a tool come quarantine and going back into the real world and all that. So just knock that down a bit, not a lot. Knocked it off then. Alright, not bad. Right, now Tash. I like some people like the Tash long. Obviously, a few guys have been in touch with me about how they trim their longer Tashes because it turns out they balls it up a bit. So, if you undercut it, simple, just take your time. Maybe if you've got a comb, lift that up. Just when you bring your line down, nick it under here and undercut it. And then like I faded this from 0.5 down into a 2, similar thing here. From the corner of your lip down, not quite as extreme from 0.5 to 2, but just fade that in a little bit, like I say 1 into a 2, just so there's a bit of a slight graduation out. That way the premise is more on your chin, it's a little bit stronger, and it's undercut and it's different, so your Tash still feels like in itself it is a Tash, and you're not picking bits up from under here into that. Now obviously mine isn't that big, I'm not that hip, shall we say. So let's knock it. I'm just going to put a 1 on there. I generally put a 1 if that's a 2. I just like my Tash back. Some guys like it heavy where this top layer here, top bit, is the same length as the bottom, so it all comes over. That's got a heavy Tash. I'm not a big fan of that. Looks a bit Tom Selleck, bit of a slug. On you I'm sure it looks beautiful guys, but on me, nah, I'm not a big fan of it on me. So I'm just going to do it as a 1. Smash this off. Pretty straightforward. There's no way of looking cool and doing this on camera with hairs flicking in your mouth and eyes. Alright, now like I said, here, fading that down, similar thing, I've got 1 here and I've got a 2 here. So what I'm going to put there, yeah, 1.5, you guessed it. So rock that to a 1/2. I'm going to flick that in and I'm going to go up the line here a little bit. You're all going to be masters by the time we've all get back into the real world. I like this bit here a lot shorter, so I'm just tapping that there with a 1, just taking that back a little bit. Again, that's personal preference. Some guys like that longer, plait it, do whatever they want to do with it, pretend to be some form of hard biking. Right, so I'm rocking that to a 1, just like the one I've done before on the tie. I'm going to get a bit tighter on this top lip. And I'm just going to fade this in again on the top. So I'm going to knock that to about 0.5. And that's how we check. Right. Tie that line up a bit. Right, that'll do me. A couple of different ways of making your lines tighter here, guys. You can either A, use a pair of Andis or Wall 5-star foil shavers. I doubt you've got some of these at home, and it's not worth the you know, 90 quid to 120 quid to get a pair of these. But you might have a normal electric shaver. You could do that there, but it will be hard to get the cheeks. Now, Costy's has got the straight edge. It makes it a lot easier for me to just skim over like that. And again, on the top of the pit. I'm just going to tidy up. These only work if the hair's really short. I'm just going to go a bit further around there. Oh, my neck pubes are starting to grow out. I don't do here. It's too sensitive for my skin there. I can wet shave that, and I might show you that in another video, how to wet shave that and the rest, depending on how this madness goes. Plenty of time on our hands. I will show you now though, you can also use it with a razor, okay? If I was to shave here, because it's quite a sensitive part of your face and your neck is this, this skin's a lot softer, so I won't do that now because it's dry. If I was to do that through a wet shave, it would be hot water on there, there'd be creams, potions, lotions, hot towels, all that sort of stuff. So I'll do that another time, but for now, we're just going to use a straight razor. If you've got shaving cream or gel's good because it's clear. You can see your lines as you're doing it. Obviously, I've done electric around there, but this side here I haven't. So you can just, you know, get your edge. Not like this, dear God, not like this. You will know about it, okay? It'll just be red. Although nobody will see you for a while, so that's all right. So just make sure it's 45 degrees at least from the skin there. And then just easing your edge. Tidying that up in the trim here. Pull that down. There's not a lot to do on mine, but some of you guys do have quite hairy cheeks. So yeah, there we have it, lads and ladies. If you want to give it a go on your guy, I'll probably do a few more videos. As you can see, I've not really touched the chin. But yeah, I just look a bit more presentable when I'm doing what? Wait to go back to work. So right, that's me done. I hope that helps any of you guys. Any questions, get in touch, send us a message, or it'd be nice to see some of your attempts actually. So send us some videos, some pictures of your attempts, even if it's just for a laugh, just to keep me sane. Yeah, all right. Or if any of you guys want a job by the end of this, you might be really good after this. Right, see you later.